What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another NBA 2K20 tutorial. Today I'm gonna show you guys how to do the hop step dunk, the Euro step dunk, and the spin dunk. Now it's actually, they're not really that hard, but they might be a little bit too complex for those brand new players. So if you're brand new to the game, I recommend you go watch my full-on slashing tutorial. I'll link it in the description. But if you have already seen that video, or you already been playing 2K for a while, maybe even for just 1 year, it shouldn't be that hard. Let's get right into it. So we're gonna start with the easiest one, that is the hop step dunk. All you're gonna want to do is just basically do a hop. And if you guys don't know how to do a hop, all you're doing is just tapping square or tapping the shooting button. That's how you do a hop right there. Now obviously, if you just tap it, you're only gonna hop. You're not actually gonna go up for a layup or a dunk. So what you want to do is, right after you're done doing the hop step, you're gonna basically hold square or the shooting button one more time, but this time make sure that you are holding turbo in order to dunk it. Oh yeah, another thing is, as you guys can see, I have D'Angelo Russell, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. That was just to show you guys that you can do it with anybody. I'm probably only gonna be using Draymond Green just because it's the easiest one, but you can do these moves with anybody. The only thing that really matters, I think, is your driving dunk or maybe your standing dunk. I'm not sure, but obviously a slasher is gonna be able to do it easier than a sharpshooter. But it doesn't matter; sharpshooters will be able to do these moves just as well, as long as you're able to dunk. Now let's move on to the second hardest one, which is the spin dunk. And I shouldn't say hardest one because it's really simple. To do a spin dunk, you're basically just gonna do a spin, and you do that by double tapping the shooting button. So you're gonna drive, double tap the shooting button, and then you do a spin. Now make sure that you are holding turbo, because you can only do spins if you are holding turbo. Now once you do that, after you do that spin, you're gonna basically hold square and also hold turbo. So you're gonna do the spin by double tapping it, and then after you do the spin, you're gonna go up by just holding square. But if you are under the basket, you're close enough to be able to dunk it, you should be able to get a dunk if you hold turbo. It's quite simple. Now let's move on to the Euro step, which I believe is the hardest one. In fact, it's the only one that I would consider kind of hard. The other two are extremely easy, and once you get the hang of the other two, you'll be able to get them pretty consistently. Now when it comes to the Euro step one, I do think this one is a little bit harder for a couple of reasons. Number one, I personally like to do Euro steps with the right stick. The way I do my Euro steps is, as I'm driving to the basket, I hold the right stick away from where I have the ball. So if the ball is on my left hand, I will hold the right stick towards the right, but not just to the right. You have to kind of do it diagonally down to the right, and if the ball is on your right hand, you're doing diagonally down to the left, obviously. So you'll be able to do a regular Euro step like this. Now in order to dunk it, you're gonna have to hold square as you're doing the Euro step. So like I said, it's more difficult than the other two, and this is one of the reasons why, because since I like to do Euro steps with the right stick, I have to move my hand, or my thumb I should say, from the right stick all the way to the shooting button, which is square, and I have to do that as I'm doing a Euro step animation. And another reason why it's a lot harder than the other two is because the other two are more flexible with the timing. You don't have to time it perfectly, but for the Euro step, you do have to have perfect timing in order to do it. And another thing I do want to mention, if you were able to do these moves in 2K19, they basically done the same exact way, but the Euro step one, I think they changed the timing a little bit, because even though I could get this move perfectly every single time in 2K19, for some reason in 2K20 I'm struggling a little bit. So yeah, we'll do a Euro step, and then we'll go up and dunk it. Now as you guys can see right there, I didn't get it, and it's a little bit hard for me. Another thing I want to mention is that if you do a hop step or you do a spin, as long as you don't hold the shooting button, you'll be able to basically just like spin and then stop. Same goes with the hop step. But for the Euro step, if you start a Euro step, you have to finish it. Like, you cannot cancel a Euro step. So if you start a Euro step animation, you're gonna go up anyways. So if you want to turn it into a dunk, you kind of have to time it perfectly. If you don't time it perfectly, you will do a layup. You will not stop. Like, the animation cannot be canceled. Once you start a Euro step, you're going up regardless of anything that you do. So yeah, that's why Euro steps are a lot harder than the other two, but it's the same concept. You do a Euro, and then you hold square while you're doing the Euro. You hold square, make sure you're holding turbo, and you'll be able to dunk it. Once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to do it consistently, but it is a little bit harder than the other two. Now one last thing I do want to say before I go is that there is a brand new move to NBA 2K20, and that is the Corrado layup. Like that. And now what I'm trying to figure out is if I can do that and turn it into a dunk, which I believe it is possible. It's just probably really hard. So yeah, it's gonna take me some attempts, maybe some tries, but I'll figure it out. And if I do figure it out, of course I'll show you guys in another video. But thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy it, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one.